Let's admit it, the world feels dangerously unstable right now. Exorbitant prices, political conflicts, and propaganda are just a few of the signs that make us wonder, is World War III around the corner? And as if that weren't enough, nuclear weapons are now being considered as a first-line option in global conflicts. A nuclear weapon is an extremely powerful explosive device that uses nuclear reactions, either fission, splitting atoms, or fusion, combining atoms, to release an enormous amount of energy in a very short time. It's not just a big bomb, it's a completely different level of destruction. The best example would be the atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki by the United States in 1945, which killed tens of thousands of civilians. But let's say, against all odds, some of us survive. What happens next? If a nuclear war turns our world to ash, could the survivors still find the resources to stay alive? Like something to eat? Something that could actually keep us alive? Let's define our goal. Healthy food isn't just about taste, it's about survival. Proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins and minerals, and above all, food that won't poison us with radiation. After a nuclear war, the environment could be flooded with radioactive particles, alongside catastrophic long-term climate effects like nuclear winter, ecosystem collapse, and more. So the question isn't just what we can eat, but what's safe and nutritious. We pray and hope that we'll never need this video for its intended purpose. But if nothing else, let it be a mix of curiosity and preparedness. So let's dive into some World War III aftermath recipes. First up, canned and preserved foods. A lifesaver in the early days. These are foods that have been processed and sealed in airtight containers to make them last months, or even years, without spoiling. No cooking needed. Sealed from radiation. Long shelf life. But they don't last forever, and they tend to lose quality over time. Plus, they're not always nutritionally complete. Still, they would be one of the first things to look for. Underground hydroponics. This method grows plants without soil, using nutrient-rich water in underground environments, like bunkers, basements, or even abandoned tunnels. If you have electricity and clean water, you can farm below the fallout. It sounds sci-fi, but it's real. It might be a challenge, but hey, you're a survivor, right? Fungi, nature's underground warriors. Mushrooms don't need sunlight. They thrive in dark, damp spaces, and some are packed with nutrients. Certain species can even help decontaminate soil, like oyster mushrooms, turkey tail, and some Ganoderma species. They're perfect for underground, farming, or low-resource environments. So do your homework. These guys could be game changers. Bugs. Gross? Maybe. But insects are high in protein, easy to breed indoors, and already a staple in many cultures. They might just be the perfect post-nuclear snack because, besides you, they're the next likely survivors. Cockroaches can survive radiation doses 10 times higher than humans, up to 10,000 rads. Their cells divide more slowly, so radiation causes less damage. Fruit flies, mealworms, and crickets are also options worth considering. Just remember, even if they survive, it doesn't mean they're automatically safe to eat, so take this option with caution. Seaweed. If the oceans survive, it might save us too. Seaweed is a seriously underrated survival food, rich in iodine, minerals, and vitamins, and it grows fast. But there's a catch: seaweed is highly absorbent. If the oceans are contaminated, it may soak up radioactive materials, so it's a gamble unless grown in clean, controlled water. Radiation doesn't just disappear. Some radioactive isotopes stay deadly for decades. Plants can absorb it, animals too. That's why knowing how to test and clean food could matter even more than finding it. Some crops absorb less radiation. Some soil can be replaced or sealed. Water can be filtered. Even so, the time required for a full recovery of the surrounds is yet unknown, as even 30 years after the catastrophic explosion from Chernobyl, the place is still highly radioactive, although not in a hot state, because of its age. Mutations did occur in plants and animals after the plant explosion. Leaves changed shape, and some animals were born with physical deformities. Despite the increased radiation levels, rare species are now returning in large numbers to the area. Survivors will need science, not just instinct. And with no Google or Wi-Fi likely to be available at the time, learning now could save your life later. So, can we find healthy food after a nuclear war? Yes, but it won't be easy. It'll take knowledge, preparation, and probably a little luck. If you had to live off just one food source after the fallout, what would it be? Let us know in the comments. And if you'd love to see more survival-focused videos like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe out there.